What is up, good people? It is me, Luigi Fan 64. This is not another update video. This is gonna be an actual video. This is actually my take 2 because I had the audio or silence detection on a mic, which is nice, but it has this awkward cutoff when I'm not talking, so it just sounds weird like when I start talking again. And earlier in the actual I'm looking at my other monitor, but in the actual webcam feed, my mouth would move, but words don't come out for a little bit. But anyway, we're gonna play another game that's not gonna be Majora because I feel like I have this thing where I need to do this, but like I said in the last video, I want to do other videos. I'm gonna LP a game which has never been done before. It's a brand new concept of a game. It's new. No one's ever heard of it. It's called Resident Evil 4. And let me give you guys a quick rundown of what ELPs used to mean to me back in the day, and maybe a bunch of other people at the time when it was kind of picking up pace back in the old YouTube days when stars were still a thing and not thumb ups. ELPing to me was playing my favorite games that I played as a kid. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. You know, we all grew up in all these N64, SNES games. What we did, and we kind of just took that and LPers, we each had our own significant styles. We made it our own. All around the world, U.S., Germany, you know, all that fun stuff. Our European buddies. Before LPing, I watched Koshmar, Goron, a few others, and names are escaping me for some reason. But you know, it was this old group. The old group was like me, Goron, Danny Chick, Rob, Robicu TV, for those of you who forgot his username. Sam, I Love Lauren P. And just, it was this crazy thing where for the first time I actually embraced an online community. Rather than, I had my real friends and then my online friends, my Skype friends, but so many years have passed. The game has changed. LPs aren't what they were before back then. Now people are making a ton of money off of them. We got Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, the big boss man, PewDiePie. He's absolutely huge. That's weird. The LP scene hasn't changed, but for some reason, when they got popular, it was this right timing, and now we're in this huge video games culture thing, and it's changed basically. But the old style was recording the game, playing the game, doing either the live commentary or pre-recorded. Nowadays it's hey everybody, it's me, PewDiePie, or I'm up here, or it's like, hey everybody, it's me, Jacksepticeye, or hello everybody. And it's been crazy, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Everything's different, and for the few that are still there, thanks for the continued support. It's nice to know that I am still waited for. But anyways, let's just get into this game. Like I said, this is a take 2 because the file is right here. I beat the chapter, and the game audio was too loud. I thought I had it right. I guess not, but it was too loud. You could barely hear me, and if it was separate, if I did audios on a separate recording device and edited them and made them into two separate audio tracks, I could have easily just lowered the volume of the game, but unfortunately, I'm not doing that.
Resident Evil.
So I'm gonna do this again, which is no big deal.
1998. I'll never forget it.
This game, I remember when this came out on the
year when those
GameCube.
grisly murders occurred in the Arklay Mountains.
It was
soon after, the news was out
crazy
to the whole world
at the
revealing
time.
that it was the fault of a secret viral
It was an
experiment
exclusive
conducted
to the
by
GameCube.
International Pharmaceutical
We own,
Enterprise, Umbrella.
I think I own one copy of Resident Evil. No, one GameCube copy of Resident Evil 4 here, and it has the. You know how when games are exclusive, it says like nowadays it says only on PlayStation, and Wii U is just Wii U, obviously, and Xbox
Not taking any chances.
Xbox exclusive.
President of the United States
Or something
ordered a
like that.
contingency plan to sterilize refugees.
Excuse me, I got up
With the whole affair gone
pretty
public,
early this morning.
the United States government issued an indefinite
Yeah,
suspension
it says
of
only
business
for
decree to
GameCube.
Umbrella.
Nintendo GameCube.
Soon its stock prices crashed.
And, you know,
for all
the
intents
PS2
and
version
purposes,
came out. Some people
bro,
found it superior because of the
finished.
added stuff, but I don't think so. It sounded muffled. I don't know what's the best way to put it. It looked a little grainy. It sounded muffled, to me at least. And then we got the Wii version, which is basically the PS2 version, but improved motion controls. If you plugged in a GameCube control, you can play with a GameCube control. And then we had the HD re-releases on PSN and Xbox Live Arcade. This particular PC port, there was already a Resident Evil 4 PC port, but from what I've heard, because I've never played the old PC port, it was garbage. A bad port, basically, is what I'm saying. At least to some people. I think there was no pad support, it was strictly keyboard, I could be wrong. But this is the new one on Steam, Resident Evil HD.
Anyway, you know what this is all about.
Doubled the frame rate to 60 rather than 30 because the game ran on 30, I believe, at the time. Higher quality textures.
Didn't just tag along so we could sing
It's cleaned up in general. Like, I'm sure, I hope you could tell.
Then again, maybe you
The
did.
color looks a little bit darker on the recorded, but sometimes cleaned up isn't necessarily the best thing.
I'm counting on you guys.
A perfect example I can think of, I actually wouldn't say perfect, but a pretty good example I can think of is if you play Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, if you have the PS3 versions of Uncharted, the characters look a little glossy in a way. Mostly the eyes, it's just mostly the eyes, but
It was right before I was
Let's just
to
watch
take
this
on
guy
my
take a
duties
piss real
of
quick.
protecting the president's daughter when she was abducted. That's the ultimate reason I'm in this lonely and rural part of Europe. According to our intelligence, there's reliable information
He's
about
gotta
a
go.
sighting of a girl that looks
I think
very
he's gotta
similar to the president's daughter. Apparently, she's being withheld by some unidentified group of people. Who would have
just
thought that
got
my
it.
first job
this
would
game
be
was
a
such a
rescue
big deal
mission?
when it came out on the GameCube. Excuse me. Because rated M games on Nintendo consoles weren't really much of a thing if you didn't grow up in the, close to the end of the SNES to the N64 era. I mean, in the N64 we had games. GoldenEye was rated T, believe it or not. Perfect Dark, I believe, was rated M. I think it's been a while. Conker's Bad Fur Day was rated M. But there really wasn't much outside of that. The GameCube Nintendo had their own M-rated game, which was Eternal Darkness, which was done by Silicon Knights. And it's a shame that they're not using it. And then Resident Evil 4 and some other ones too. Not any big ones come to mind, but it was a big deal. It was exclusive, which was basically was used to try to sell the console. And we all know nowadays one of the most popular GameCube gameplays is Melee.
Don't want to get any parking tickets.
But Resident Evil 4
Parking
is,
Good luck.
to some people, arguably the best Resident Evil game in the series.
Jeez. Who are these guys?
I like it. I enjoy Resident Evil 4. I have beaten it on multiple occasions on hard, and I played it so much I had so much
I hope
money.
You can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support.
It was
on this mission.
insane.
Loud and clear.
I would play.
Somehow I
I
thought
would
you'd
do
be a
one
little older.
playthrough,
So the subject's name's
strictly
Ashley Graham,
handguns.
right?
That's right.
Like I would
She's
buy
the daughter
every
of the
handgun in the
president.
game,
So
and
try to behave yourself,
most of
okay?
them were different. The
Whoever this group is, they sure
stock
picked the wrong girl
the
to
stock
kidnap.
handgun you start off with,
I'll
if
try
you
to find some
upgrade it
more
all the
information
way,
on
it
my end as
increases
well.
its chances of
Good.
headshot by a
Talk to you
lot.
later.
I think it's like
Me on out.
times 5 or something like that. But yeah, it was crazy. I like snipers only, machine guns only, shotguns only, handguns only, that kind of stuff. Or one handgun in particular throughout the whole run. But this is how we're playing. See, 1920 by 1080, full screen on for me. It's stuck at the fixed 60 frame, ain't on the anti-aliasing, motion blur's on because I like motion blur. Shadow quality on, texture HD. The game with the controllers is actually really interesting because it gives you... First off, let's shoot these crows to get some early money. I had 3 choices. The Xbox One controller through USB, which is really comfortable, to me at least. The PS4 through USB, and I also own the GameCube Mayflash, the Wii U PC adapter. I wanted to play this on the GameCube because I wanted the original kind of feel for it. But the problem is, for some reason, the GameCube buttons don't register when I try to remap the controllers. So I made the decision of playing on the PS4 controller because
Excuse me, sir.
I don't know, just I prefer it. I like the Xbox controller. Don't get me wrong, but the Xbox One controller in particular is much better than the 360s. But I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit smoother to me, at least when I
I
spin
was
them.
wondering if you might recognize a girl in this photograph.
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? Lárgate, cabrón.
I'm gonna do my best
Sorry to have bothered.
to not repeat the dialogue because like I mentioned, I played this game a lot, beat it a ton of times, so I know this dialogue by memory.
Freeze. Freeze.
My attempts with this LP. I'm gonna try to get all the treasures if I remember where they are. Resident Evil 4 introduced a lot of different things to the genre, or to the series, not genre. Sorry. It brought Leon back, who, for those who don't know, the Resident Evil lore, was the main character in Resident Evil 2 alongside Claire Redfield, who's Chris Redfield's brother. First day on his job, and the virus outbreak
There was a
happened in
hostile
in
local.
Raccoon City.
I had no choice but to neutralize him.
So
There's
it was
still others surrounding the area.
Get out of there and head toward the village.
pretty cheesy
Take
now that you
whatever
can play it.
measures
but
necessary to
still
save the subject.
very fun
Understood.
game. The ammo system, the way things are done, you can observe a couple more things here and there. Not as many as the original games, arguably, but you know, now we have the typical ammo as always, and this is probably one of the big ones, is the attaché case. In old Resident Evils, you had the slots. You know, you had like 6 slots, 8 slots, depending on what you do, difficulty-wise, or the character. I believe is probably the big factor, but they got rid of that. Now we got the squares. You know, ammo is usually 2x2, as well as first aid sprays. Eggs are 1 slot. Herbs are also 2 slots. Guns, depending. The handguns are 3x3 mostly. I think the Red 9 is a 4x3, but I could be wrong. That's probably one of the major ones. One of the major. The other is the controls are different. Resident Evil 4 went for a over-the-shoulder perspective. The term is third person. Don't know why I'm educating a lot of you, but I feel like people should know what Resident Evil 4 brought to the table. Like I said, instead of fixed camera angles, it went from fixed camera angles. Oh, there's still one alive. I was wondering why the music wasn't going away. And the AI is also improved, as you see there. They do try to dodge your shots. Unlike, you know, zombies technically shouldn't be juking you, but another thing they did is typewriters are no longer require ribbons. In this game, I don't remember if 3 had ribbons, but there's a bunch of different stuff that's different here. The laser sight, the aiming's nice. Have the tank controls, have these controls aged well? Debatable, depending on who you ask. They aged alright. I still have some problems with it feeling a little clunky. Let's help this little guy out. This seems random, but he'll play a part later. If you shoot it off, he won't show up. But I'm trying to remember if there's a bird's nest around here somewhere with something on it. But yeah, a lot of hey, look, a red herb, cool. I didn't know that was there. Guess I just never really went this far, or actually took the time to observe. But yeah, and then we had RE5. You know, Resident Evil 4 was huge. Like I mentioned, arguably the best Resident Evil game. I think RE2 is up there as well. If anything, I would personally put RE2 over RE4. That's just me, though. Hate me all you want in those comments. But I prefer 2. Guess there's no sexual discrimination here. Better find her fast. In this world, women are murdered as equally as men are. Now, my strategy for Resident Evil is that, basically. Get in the habit... Where'd he go? Oh. Well, there's this guy. I was wondering where the other guy was. Get in the habit of headshot attack. Headshot attack, headshot attack. Especially if there's not too many enemies around. I'm gonna go warn the village now. Yeah, if there's one enemy, don't be afraid. Shoot him in the head, shoot him in the knees, knock him down, whatever works. And just knife him. It'll save you ammo. Yeah, it's a kind of annoying process, but the major one is... Actually, the major reason I say do it is because it saves you the ammo. Especially in the beginning of the game, it's nice to hoard handgun ammo particularly. That's your go-to gun. Later on in the game, we'll get I will buy a gun called the Red 9.
Leon, how you holding up?
Bad question, Hunnigan.
Game-wise, it is the most powerful handgun in the game. You can, there's the Magnums too, because they call them handguns, but the Red 9 is possibly the best handgun. Damage-wise, at least. Gotta scope out the situation right quick. Oh, well, that's not good. Acting like your typical villagers, you know, having a bonfire with the body of a police officer. Trying to see if I can, like... This is where it starts. Guy up there. I keep forgetting he's up there. Oh, are you serious? I thought I shot that. This part is your first major, like, kind of scarish kind of part. Since the villagers attack you, and then more of them come out later. This is why kicking is handy, because... This is why kicking is handy, because it causes, like, the kind of knockback effect on everybody surrounding you. I keep, like, hitting the wrong buttons. We're gonna go in this house. For two reasons. You get a cutscene? Damn!
Why are these people?
I really enjoyed the cutscenes in this game.
Chainsaw. Shit.
Son of a bitch! You're coming after us, Papa. You get this nice little cutscene, and the villagers with the chainsaws actually have a name. The character's name is Dr. Salvador, which is funny to give one particular person a name, given the fact that there's multiple chainsaws. I'm just gonna knock that down for the time being. These guys out of the way real quick. Yeah, no, I was like, hey, you know, knife, but this is not one of those situations. There's too many people. There he is. Alright. I actually need Dr. Salvador. Yo, see those jukes, dude? Quick thing to say before I keep on going. The first time I did this, I got the somebody messaged me. I got lucky, really lucky, and there was a gold egg. So once I start the, once I get as far as I did, I only beat the first chapter, so it's not gonna take too long to get there. But once I do that. Oh, I skipped it. Crap. Sorry, I didn't want to. Once I get there, you'll see. I didn't, well, the whole reason I wanted the chainsaw guy, like I was mentioning, was because he drops 5,000 pesetas, which is the currency in this game, and it's nice to have that extra money in the beginning of the game. But the way this beginning part works when you're mobbed, it depends on how many people you kill. It'll trigger the cutscene to get rid of them so you can continue on. And I skipped it. I didn't want to, but I accidentally did. And it wasn't really much. It was just them leaving. Sadler's name gets dropped and Leon goes, "Where's everybody going? Bingo?" I wanted the money, basically, is what it was. But it happened. And I didn't kill him in time. I got too many of them together. And basically, quickly reached the limit of, or the number that's required to trigger the clock tower cutscene, so they run off. Earlier I picked up a different herb that's new to, or herb, however you want to say it, that's new to the series, and it's the yellow herb. So now we've got 3. What yellow herbs do is, if you pay close attention to the health in the bottom, boom, that goes up. The maximum line, that white line there, is how much health you can have, and yellow herbs increase your maximum amount of health. With Leon, it goes up a little slow. For the other character that we are rescuing, Ashley, her health goes up a little. Her maximum health is increased a little bit more, but Ashley also dies a lot faster. I think I would have to say her amount of health, I believe, is maybe half of the max of yours when it's upgraded all the way. I could be wrong. It's an unpleasant odor coming from this kettle. Sure doesn't smell like a refreshing drink to me. God, I only drink purified water. Fucking, I don't drink this dirty village stuff, man. What am I? Dumb? Stupid? Oh, another red herb. Man, look at all these herbs. Look at that. 2 herbs. Combining green and red herbs give you the same combination as a first aid spray. One of the other additions is, instead of finding weapons, say for one gun, there's a gun you can find that you don't have to buy, and it's like one of the magnums. Is the merchant.
What are you buying?
Is the guy. And treasures, which I will discuss in a little bit. The blue medallions. This is something that's left behind by the merchant. If you get 10 of them, you get a special item, which is the Punisher, which is a new handgun, but a handgun you get from him for free. What it does is it penetrates. It's a penetrating gun, basically. So a shot will penetrate through like 2 enemies, I believe. And we will not be using that gun. What, to me, it's extra money because, damn, I believe I think the handgun has a better damage output than the Punisher does. So it's just gonna be, like I mentioned, like I said, just extra money to buy other weapons. And upgrades. Upgrading your gun is also something that's been added in this game. There's a treasure here, so what you want to do first is shoot that, lower that down, and you can get it. Otherwise it dirties it and it decreases its value by a ton. There's another medallion here. I believe there's a good, I think there's 5 or 6 of them you can shoot here. Some of them I recommend getting a different gun for. There's someone to my left. No, someone dropped down. I heard them jump. There he is. It's the guy up there. Oh, I'm sorry. Was the chicken in your way? I didn't think about it, buddy. I slice you. I dice you. I cut you up. Cut you up into a million pieces. Just in time. It's about to hit me too. Oops, I'm not close enough. I got you too. Got you like a little friend. What's the reload button again? I've been feeling so stuffy. That's been driving me crazy. I don't know why. I sound a little congested. From what I've heard to test audio and stuff. I don't want to kill that chicken. I could be wrong, but treasures. Let's keep talking about them treasures. There are specific treasures in the game. There's ones that, you know, use this spindles or whatever, how you pronounce them, are just one little pieces of treasure that you sell that way. And then there's things like this, the Bierstein. It's got three little openings on them, and what they're for is there's other treasures you'll find around called cat's eyes, green cat's eyes, and you know, one specific treasure. And you add them to the Bierstein, and they increases its value for everyone. Once you get all three, it's worth 20,000, which is pretty good. Another thing Resident Evil 4 added, which unfortunately is a major staple in the gaming industry, is QTEs, also known as QuickTime events. Yes, Shenmue had QuickTime events too, but for some reason, after Resident Evil 4, every game had to have it. Please look at 2 and 3. Cool. Usually 6 and 8 is L1, R1. I gotta admit, QTEs are something that I don't really like, but that's my opinion. Tell me how wrong I am in the comments, Goron, or anyone who watches. Base.exe. I know who you are. Dang it. I was trying to... There we go. My aim is terrible. Ugh. I thought to give up. Like, let's save myself the embarrassment, yeah? Whoa! I did not see that coming. I also don't have both headphones in. Could have probably heard that. Throw it. Oh, shize. I'm the worst. Look at that. I'm actually gonna save that thing. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll miraculously have full health anyways. Honestly, I don't know why I'm picking up all the ammo and stuff, because don't really need to. Just trying to... Oh, he died. Interesting. Because the only major thing I want to show you is where one of the cat's eyes is. Well, then again, I can also do this and show like hand grenades and where ammo is, shotgun ammo. The first cat's eye is in this tree right here. Shoot that nest down. Boom. Red cat's eye. Shotgun shells. There's money over there, but like I said, I'm not really gonna bother with it. Freeze! NYPD. What am I doing? I'll just do that. Or if you're saying like, oh, I'm just doing this to show what I already did, and I'm like trying to conserve my stuff. Yeah, you gotta be a little careful there. I know some people gotta really run and gunny. I think I missed that the first time, but whatever. I'm gonna go investigate what that banging sound is. It's this cabin. Wonder if it's Ashley. But it's not Ashley. It's my favorite character, Luis.
Little rough, don't you think?
It has to be genuinely my favorite, like, Resident Evil character.
Not like them?
My least favorite,
No. You?
I might say, has to be...
Okay,
Jeez.
I have only one very important question. You got a smoke?
Got gum.
Billy from RE0, or I
Perfect.
think his name is Steve from Code Veronica.
Big cheese.
What?
Oh, man. Nope. Your pussy kicks won't save you here. And with one grab of the leg and a flip onto Lewis and the cabinet, we are done with part 1 of Resident Evil 4. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is me trying, like I mentioned way earlier, this is me trying to get back into the swing of things. Trying to get into the grind. I'm not really one to LP new games, but, you know, like everyone else, they buy a game day one and LP it, and I'm just so used to the whole sacred LP rules of don't LP a new game unless it's 6 months old, but I guess I'm just an old man like that. So, with that being said, we will see you in part 2. Milkwad, I hope you enjoy this one, because I know when you were Nintendo Central, this was one of your most popular Let's Plays. So, until then, thank you all for sticking around through all these years. And hopefully you guys have a good day. Luigi Fan 64 out.